Okay, so my name is Hossein Sharaki. I'm a PhD candidate at the Department of Industrial Ecology, just across the street. The project, that's my research project, and not just mine. As you see, there's a lot of organizations. We're 18 organizations in the project, and it's called Smart City SRS, standing for Stockholm Rail Seaport. So before I confuse you with my presentation, one thing, a good take home that could be brought, we can take with us from here is, I was recently in Barcelona at a thing called Smart City Expo, and there I noticed that just in the last year, the city of Barcelona had produced 12 startup companies on this topic, smart cities. And then actually, so I've been speaking with Vinova, and they're heading down to meet the deputy mayor of Barcelona to figure out why did Barcelona have 12 and Stockholm, Sweden, 0 startups. So that's a good take home. All right, so what is the Stockholm Rail Seaport? It's a new urban district, world-class, very well-renowned. It's a part of the Clinton Climate Initiative's Climate Positive program, very ambitious sustainability program, and we at the Department of Industrial Ecology have been a part of that effort in various capacities. So a very cool place. Now, the major document in this urban district, which is going to house 10,000 residents and about 30,000 workplaces, is this document, which is kind of the vision that the city has. And it's a beautiful vision, really. It really spans most of the areas of sustainability in 8 domains: energy, transport, waste, water, even sustainable lifestyle. So some of these soft areas. Now, the city has learned from its mistakes in how it crossed out and is requiring data to be followed up on each of these areas. So all of a sudden, we're noticing that if this vision would come true, it's going to be generating a lot of data. And when we Google what that would mean, Google tells us, you're talking about a smart city. So that's where we got our name from. Now the crux is, now where can this data be found? As we started looking out, we knocking on doors, where is this data to follow up if we really want to be so serious on our sustainability? And it's scattered all across the city in various organizations. So this puts us in and the data is siloed. Each organization has one piece of data, and the data is not communicating or talking to each other. And the city has no power to make them do that. And that's a little bit why we're here today. So we can redraw all that data in a data map like this. We can't read it here, but that's a building, and down here are different organizations, and lines here would be kilograms of organic waste recycled, vehicle miles traveled by car, kilowatt hours of electricity in buildings. The idea is to feed that data back on a city level, to operate the city better, on a building level, to manage the city better, on a household level, to improve quality of life and decision making, and on an individual level. One example that IBM has on that feedback, which is a key partner in this project for that feedback on city level, would look like something like this, where the city can just follow, is my city working and operating the way I want it across a various key performance indicators. Now, smart cities is a complicated, or it's a lot of confusion around the subject, so I found at least one example of what this is. So, what it can do, one of many applications. Here's the city of Dubuque in the States. They have their bus routes, and using data from cell phone companies, every time we get a call or get a text message, the cell phone companies have to know where our cell phones are. So they anonymized that data and figured out how are people really going around in the city. Anonymized, no privacy attacked, and they remapped the bus routes. Based on just that little exercise, they reduced vehicle miles traveled by 40% and their costs. The cost and environmental impacts by equal. So that was pretty cool. And that's showing what you can do if you take data from one vertical, this case, the telecom industry, and use it in another. Another thing we're introducing here is an information marketplace. So we realize this is a platform which would need to be there so that the smart city can be realized, where we as citizens or companies or the city themselves can come and buy and sell or give away data. So, what's the challenge? The city has a strong vision. of saving a very small piece of the world with real sustainability. The technology is there. We have all the companies that want to sell in the smart grid, the smart city technologies, intelligent transportation systems, all of it. The crux is the city has no power, no authority, or money to make all that happen. So we need to rely on market forces. And looking into where those market forces are, they realize, oh, goodness, we don't have business model to support all of this. Some of it they can, but not all of it. So we need to identify business ideas and innovation plans that can support the development of a smart city. Quite a few of them. And along came you, the passionate engineering and business innovators to save the day or the world. So very welcome. And then that's very good, but what's the actual challenge? So currently, Vinnova is paying and funding this whole project and making it stand on its legs. But since the city can't and shouldn't pay for all of it, and since the stakeholders will leave, Fortum, the GM, NCC, the construction developers, NVAC, the waste management companies, Stockholm Water, they will leave if they can't see any value of giving away their data in an information marketplace. If they can see it, if they can make the excuse to go and get that money, to make that effort. So because of all of this, we need you to demonstrate its value. So given that there is an established information marketplace where organizations and citizens can buy and sell data and services, identify a gross list of services, solutions, and ideas you think can be developed through a smart city SRS platform. We would love to see that list if you develop it, because we need more than one innovation plan, but one would be plenty. And then take your favorite one of those and develop that into an innovation strategy, preferably communicated in the Osterwalder canvas, because that's what's being used in the project right now. And at your disposal, you have the city's world-class vision, so you know where the city wants this to go. You have the data map of if all the data that we have from our partners, have that available to you. You have the conditions of the information marketplace, and should you want to, you don't need to, but should you want to engage with the stakeholders like Fortum, NVAC, or the others, you have full access to them. You call us first, but beyond that, you have full access to them. And of course, you have our support. We're knee deep into the project, so we're there. So, and of course, most valuable asset of all, your passion. We need real, that's what is keeping us going. So please join us. And that's the pitch.